I always meet those weird women too, man. I always meet those weird women at the clubs. They hanging out at the bar. Always want me to buy them a drink. And meet those women. You can tell when you try to talk to them. You're like, hey girl, how you doing? She's like, I'm like, you better take care of that throat. Excuse me, one beer for me, please. Or you meet those women that always want you to drive them home, man. I don't like doing that. Every time I drive a girl home, she always live in a bad neighborhood. And she always say the same thing when she get out the car. You know, she get out the car, she's like, don't drive away until I get inside my house. You know, like if somebody out there, I'm gonna get out of my car. I might roll down the window like, hey man, don't be doing that to her. You better leave her alone. I guess I won't be seeing her again. I drive around the block trying to help her out. Leave her alone! Run, Shaniqua! Catch up to the car, girl, come on! I get home, she be calling me, why didn't you help me? I'm like, those guys were big. No reason for both of us to get our ass kicked.
Reality TV. They pump it out right here from Hollywood. Come on, Temptation Island. Make a real Temptation Island. This is Hollywood. Get all these drug-addicted superstars. Robert Downey Jr., Daryl Strawberry, crack-smoking Whitney. Put them on an island and circle it with sharks. And just a few yards out, put a big ship full of coke and meth and smack. And see which one of your superstars are tempted to swim out there first. That's Temptation Island. Michael Jackson's back, looking like a fucking piece of tape. I think it's kind of weird when you can see right through your stars. Put him on an island. Circle it with sharks. And just a few yards out, put a little rowboat full of young boys singing It's a Small World. That's Temptation Island. People that are tempted.
I went to Wright State for a day and then I left. Did you have this, Professor? 90% of your grade. Oh, man. Damn it. I sat down and my professor's like, look to your left, look to your right. One of you will be gone by the end of the first semester. I'm like, I look, I'm sitting between two Japanese kids. I'm like, I'm going home. I lose. I might as well just leave now.
I tried to bring everyone together as one. Because the truth is, I don't care if you're black, if you're white, if you're fucking Indian, kind of Indian, I don't give a shit. If you're gay, if you're straight, it doesn't matter. Because there's one story that brings us all together. It's about the three little pigs. I know you've all heard your versions of the three little pigs, but my family knows what really happened that day. See, there were three little pigs and they were brothers, you know. And there was a little brother, he wasn't real bright. Then there was a middle brother, he was a little smarter. And the oldest brother, well, he had all the brains and wisdom. Well, they all decided to build their own houses. And the little brother, not being real bright, he went with paper. And the middle brother, being a little smarter, he went with sticks. And the oldest brother, with all the brains and wisdom, well, he went with bricks. Well, they're all sitting in their houses by themselves one day, and this is where your story takes a little twist. Something your parents and your teachers didn't tell you they had. A pack of wolves, not one. Showed up at the little brother's house. They said, let us in. He says, no. They blew his house down. He went running to the next brother's house, the one made out of sticks. He said, there's a pack of wolves and they just blew my house down. Let me in. He's like, all right, come on. Pack of wolves showed up at the house made out of sticks. Let us in. No, I'm not going to. No. They blew his house down. Now both the pigs were screaming. went running to the older brother's house, the one made out of bricks. They ranting and raving. There's a pack of wolves, and they blew his house down. They blew my house down. They really fucking me. Older brother's like, all right, relax. What, a pack of wolves? How many? There's like 40. Older brother makes a phone call. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, pack of wolves. Yeah, like 40. I know. Yeah. Brick house. Okay. Bye-bye. Pack of wolves showed up at the house made out of bricks. Let us in. Older brother was like, I don't think so. 10 minutes later, a big black car pulls up. 2 huge fucking pigs got out of the car. They beat the shit out of the wolves. Boom, bang, pow, left them all laying there. They got in the car and they left. Little brother said to the older brother, who were those guys? Those were the guinea pigs.
So the Most High read verses 15 verses 5 on 3 on. He's manifesting his prophecy. Now go back to your prophecy. He's manifesting his prophecy through his word of Christ.
Hello, this is First Lady Laura Bush. Do you get nervous around retards? Of course, we all do. It's perfectly natural. But it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the retard. The mentally challenged deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. Do you think they like your awkward stares and forced affection? Of course not. They're people just like you and me. So what can you do to diffuse these difficult situations? If you see a retard, don't make eye contact. Avoid county fairs and church socials. Give generously to mental health charities to ease your guilt. And always vote for Republican congressmen who've got kids with Down syndrome. Expectant mothers should consult the new best-selling book, What to Expect When You're Expecting a Retard, full of helpful tips on genetic engineering, fetal surgery, and living with shame. George and I believe that we are all God's creatures, and together we can overcome mental retardation and the gut-wrenching fear it instills in all of us. God bless us all, and God bless America.
Millions a year on the war efforts. Millions a year to track down those stoners because they're so hard to track down. They're on the couch, goddammit. It's not that hard. I can find them for you. And we spend millions a year to keep nonviolent drug offenders behind bars. Here's my thing. I always hear these politicians going, our prisons are overpopulated. Our prisons are overpopulated. We've got more people in prison in this country than any other country in the world. You know why? Because they're full of nonviolent drug offenders, man. That's bullshit. There's no prison overpopulation. We need to make some room for, rapists, murderers, fucking child molesters. Why do we got fucking stoners in prison taking up space, man? Millions a year? I could keep a stoner in his apartment for $200 a month. Yeah. You might have her PlayStation. He's not going anywhere, all right? I gotta save the princess.
Went outside, it was a huge parade. Gay men having a parade. There they all were, marching. They're so proud. The nerve of these people. Why do gay men need a parade? They're always happy. Always singing and dancing and snapping and twirling. Coming out of the closet every day. How big is this fucking closet, huh? Why are they in there? That's some scary shit. Go to hang up your coat and one leaps the fuck out. They are the happiest people on earth. You ever see a sad gay guy? Huh? In a bar late at night crying over his beer over some bad... You ever see that? Never. They are always celebrating. So happy to be sleeping with other... I don't hate gay men. I just don't like them. Because they're so happy. Why? Look at me, sir. Men, do I look fucking happy to you up here? Huh?
Everywhere you go, people using drugs now, man. You gotta stop that, man. You know, I go to the clubs, you know, you gotta stop that. You can't even go to the clubs anymore without somebody smoking something. You ever be in a club dancing, somebody starts smoking weed, you go like, damn, somebody is smoking some weed up in here. You know, and you can never find the guy. You be looking for him like, who's smoking weed? Who is smoking weed up in here? You know, but if the party jumping, man, you can stay and have a good time, man. Not like the person smoking crack. Man, if somebody starts smoking crack, it is time to go. Party over. Even the guy smoking weed get mad. He's like, man, I didn't know they're gonna be doing drugs up in here. This is ridiculous. I am getting the hell out of here. This is not for me. He come back with the cops. There he is right here, officer.
So you ever get stoned and then try to fill your gas tank? That's some tricky shit. With your credit card, you're like, oh, shit. It's tricky, man. Then you're like, I pump my gas, I get back in the car and I start taking off, and I just bang! I drove off with the goddamn hose. So I pull out of the lot and I see a cop. I'm like, oh, act natural. Like a cop's not going to notice 80 feet of hose. Looking around my car, and my car has a tail officer. It's a Ford Fleming. I'm going to jail, aren't I?
It seems like every 10 years in this country, black people don't know what the fuck they want to be called. Am I right? Now, when we first got here, we was called Negroes. Then we changed it from Negroes to colored people. Then we go from colored people to black people. Now we want to be called Afro-American, Afro-Diac, some bullshit like that. Let me tell you something. I ain't no African nothing. I'm just a regular-ass American, just like everybody else in this room. You know what I'm saying? You know? Right? And I get sick and tired of black people walking around talking about we got to trace our roots, man, and go back to the motherland and move back to Africa. Move back to Africa. You know what? I traced my roots, man. I found out I came from my mother. My mother come from Mississippi, and the rest of that shit. If you go to Africa, who the you gonna stay with? This is a great-ass country, and I'm proud to be American, and you people should be proud to be American, too, and say something about it, all right? You guys can run for God bless you. Thanks for coming out. Good night.
Hello, this is First Lady Laura Bush. Do you like to stare at midgets? Do you see them on the street and wonder how they go to the bathroom or where they do their shopping? George and I do it all the time. But discriminating against little people is still wrong, and we all have to do our part to fight against it. Here's what you can do. If you're staring at a midget in the street, try and stare at a homeless person instead. If you see a midget in a restaurant, ask your waiter to give him a booster chair. Stay away from dwarf tossing contests and don't let your children watch The Wizard of Oz. If you have a midget in your office or workplace, tell your boss that you find it distracting and ask him to transfer the midget to China. Everybody's short in China. George and I believe that discrimination is wrong and that we should all join together to make the world, if not a better place, then at least a taller one. God bless us all, and God bless America.
Italian prostitutes are some of the finest in the world, and at these prices, they're even more attractive. You're not going to pay a lot for a prostitute at the men's whorehouse. You're going to like the way you shtup. I guarantee it.
What a nice, sweet town this is, huh? Oh, you come back after being gone a year, it's the same people, the same hookers, walking up and down all night. Sit down. You're selling ass. You don't have to walk anywhere to sell some pussy. Oh, they just walk in 6-inch heels. and the traffic is stopped. Oh, I'd be the laziest whore out there. Somebody get me a beach chair. Bring me a drink. I'm sucking out here. It's 100 degrees. There's no shade. Come on. They don't need heels. They need igloos. These dumb hookers. Oh, the traffic is stopped. I'd get myself a little razor scooter. Just go in and out between cars. Ding ding, pussy, sir.
I was 30 years old. I said, you know what? I haven't smoked pot in 10 years. I want to smoke some pot. Got stoned with friends of mine. Everything was fine. They left. Everything was fine. And then about a half hour later, there was one thing I forgot about. The munchies. I'm sitting alone in my apartment just staring at the wall going, must get cookies. Need cookies. So I finally convinced myself that I'm okay to drive. And I go down, I get in my car. Now, I live right off of Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, so I'm driving down Sunset Boulevard at like 5 miles an hour, trying to get to the 7-Eleven. I pull in, there's, I'd say, 30 hookers hanging out in the parking lot. So I pull into the parking lot. I got my window open because I needed fresh air, or I would have passed out on the drive there. As I park, a hooker comes over. She leans in my window and says, hey, you want a date? I said, no, I just want some cookies. She reaches in the car window. She puts her hand, right about there, gives me a little squeeze and says, I think you should come with me. And I said, why? Do you have cookies?
Here's another thing that bugs me, salad bars. Because most of us, we can handle the task. And they put all the good stuff in the front and that lousy shit behind. There's always that one ass who likes the lousy shit. But he can't seem to reach over the good stuff, get his, come back without shaking like how you shaking. All that lousy stuff falls in the stuff we like. You're gonna pick it out if you can't make the trip. Go around, yeah. No, man, because I like my food. You know what I had today? The French fries. I love the French fries. But you ever start eating your French fries, you go halfway down the box and you find an onion ring? That's like hitting the lottery, isn't it? An onion ring. No, I'm not shitting you right here. But a lot of things with food tick me off. You've probably gone through this. You ever go in a sandwich shop with a friend, you get in there, you're like, you getting anything? He's like, no, I'm all set. You're like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. Then you get your sandwich, you go outside, you start eating it, and your friend, he stares at you. You're like, what? What do you want a bite? And he's like, yeah. Like, I knew it, you're such an ass. Anyhow, you give it to him. What do they always do? They turn it around and bite the other end. You know why they do that? So their lips don't have to go where yours were. But eventually, my friggin' lips have to go where his were. And I bought it. People suck. They do. I hate
I remember one time when I was running the drive-thru and this lady came up to the speaker and she goes, how much is a Big Mac? And if you've been to McDonald's in the drive-thru, you know that the price of a Big Mac is right in front of your face, right? Let's review. Price, face. Price, face. How much is a Big Mac? So I said, well, let me go check for you. And then I ran outside to where she was. Right in front of her. Let's see here. Big Mac. Ran back inside. It's $1.89. So that was my last day there, actually.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Time.
Time? Who?
Time to end the show. Let's all get tuned up. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Time.
Time? Who?
Time to end the show. Let's